The name of the viral video that we are going to be talking about is the real reason McDonald's ice cream machines are always broken. And it was a video that was recently uploaded by a YouTube journalist creator named Johnny Harris. Now, what's interesting about this video is when I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is being recommended to me. I don't know why. Maybe it was trending, but it just is one of those videos that just gets picked up and just circulated to a lot of people, so you might have seen it. And so that was the name of the video. And in terms of 2021, I think this is considered a viral video because it has like 6+ million views right now, only 2 weeks after it was uploaded. And most of the videos on Johnny's channel do not have even close to that much, even in that amount of time. So I think that's why I'm categorizing this as a viral video. But I actually wanted to test this because we're going to get into a little more about the whole theory behind the machines not working, ice cream machines, and what my favorite parts of his video and what he uncovered were. But I actually went to my local McDonald's after work today, and I wanted to check to see if my local McDonald's had a working ice cream machine. So it was working. And I'm going to let you guess, I'm going to see in the chat what you think I got ice cream-wise from McDonald's before we get into the main video. Let me see. Let's see if there's any guesses. Looks like people are still in, so I'm just going to show you. But I got an Oreo McFlurry. You can see it's already gone. But it was working, so I was very happy about that. And I got an Oreo McFlurry. I was going to get a M&M one, but I didn't want to. If I was going to eat some on stream, I didn't want to be crunching in your faces. So there's that. But so my ice cream machine was working at my local McDonald's, which was cool. But so like I said, Johnny Harris is the name of the guy. He's in this picture right here. Let me make sure I have his name right, actually. Yeah, I feel like I keep getting names wrong. So I wanted to make sure it was right. Okay, so that was right. And so one of the real reason I really like this video is, one, because obviously it's McDonald's. It's a thing everyone knows. And it touches on the internet aspect of it being a meme that was always around about ice cream machines at McDonald's being broken. It covers a theory that hasn't died down. And it also covers something that has been an increasingly popular topic in the news world, online world, just in general, political, whatever you want to call it, which is that addressing the problems of monopolistic environments in the business world, and then the benefits of an open, free market where competition is abound, or there's a lot of competition. And so later, after I give my thoughts on Johnny's video, I'm also going to be sharing some fun facts about me to get to know me that we can discuss together in the comments and in the chat that have to do with this overall topic. And so with that said, I'm going to now get into some of the highlights of his video that I thought were interesting, and some of the things that I learned from that, and some cool observations I had. So the first one was that this theory and this whole idea of McDonald's machines not working is so popular and such a big theory and so widespread that there was a guy in the video that basically made an entire database to track which McDonald's have working ice cream machines and which don't. And you can see which ones in your area are working or not, which is pretty crazy that it's gotten so bad, this problem, that is what it has led to. And then the second thing I remember from that was the failure percentage, or from the video, was the failure percentage of machines, which is like, I think it was 10 or 20% down, like 10% of them are down. And when I think of 10% down, some people might be like, okay, 90% good. In terms of like school, that's an A, right? But when you think of business and you think of when you go in as a customer, when you expect the full menu to be available to you and you walk in and that's not the case, it does turn you off from a place, especially if you expect the whole menu to be available and you want to be able to pick, because that's why you go there, because you like something that they offer, and that something that they offer is not there. that is not good business-wise, in my opinion. Also, when I think of that 10%, you're thinking, well, that's good too in terms of sports, because let's say baseball, a batting average is usually less than, most cases, less than 500 or less than 50%. So when you think of that, it's like, okay, that's good. But when you also think of more risky fields as far as like medical or engineering or anything that needs to be basically perfect to be successful or to not be completely liable for really bad stuff, 90% is still really low. And so that was one of the wheels that got turning in my brain about the comparison of that working machine versus others. And then in the video, he talks about the industry standard and all that. You can go to the video to figure that out. But this to me was supportive of that idea of why competition is good for businesses and consumers, because one of the main topics that came up in the video was that there's theory, or there's some speculation, or should I say there's implications that for some reason McDonald's headquarters is doing this for some reason, and they explored it, being like the contract between the ice cream machine maker and whatnot. And it just doesn't make sense to me why they would put their franchisees and their customers in this predicament, even if it is for, at the end of the day, their bottom line. And one reason was why it was confusing is because the same company that makes the ice cream machines, as Johnny pointed out in his video, for McDonald's, even though that was their first original partner, fast food wise, they make ice cream machines for In-N-Out, for Burger King, for Wendy's, for, what was another one? Burger King, Wendy's, In-N-Out, and Chick-fil-A. And so, and they all be okay with theirs. And so it was very interesting to hear that. And in my opinion, it's kind of a dumb long-term strategy if they care about money too, even though it appears that the reason that they have this contract in place, that they are kind of lazy on fixing things or making it hard, is for money. But you can't have the money to fix the machines or pay the contractor if people aren't buying stuff from your business and from the franchises. And so I thought that was a very interesting thing. It's like, is it really that much better for them to favor and pander to the maintenance company in return for hurting their franchisees and their customers? It just, something about that was a little off to me. And what it led to in the video from Johnny, which I won't give away everything because there's interesting parts in there that you'll be able to watch and comment on yourself. But what I thought was it's not, the free market and competition is not dead, because the franchisees are finding a way to get their stuff fixed, whether McDonald's is supportive of it or not. And they found their own solution. And I'm not going to give away what it was, but it's very interesting. And I think it could be a development for the future and kind of see this story continue on. And one other thing that was very interesting about the video itself was that at one point there was a video of a guy kind of going undercover as a maintenance guy coming in to fix their machine. And the manager or whoever was greeting them kind of questioned, "Who are you? Are you from this company?" The company that's mentioned in the video, that is the one that makes machines and does the maintenance. And the manager kind of said, "Oh, I haven't seen you before, and I'm not used to your uniform," and all this other stuff. And she kind of just let him in. And I was thinking to myself, that was actually one of the more alarming parts of the video, because that's a little suspect to me. And from a restaurant perspective, like, are they just letting anyone behind the counter? And why they don't have a more secure verification system? Because I know when I worked retail and they needed a maintenance person to come in or whatever, that there was at least a heads up of who was coming and their name. And you probably have interacted with them before, or you know what their uniform looks like, or you know there's a little bit more of a system in place. I thought that was very interesting. Maybe it's different in food, or maybe it's not uncommon for that to be for a place that serves food like that, like actual like fast food. So I thought that was very interesting. Those are just some of my thoughts. So let me know if you watched this video and if you thought of any other things that I didn't touch on, or if you had a similar take as me. Now I want to talk about a few things this reminded me of that I wanted to share with you, just to kind of get to know me a little better, because I want to start implementing more things about me in the main topic of the video, as long as it's related in some way, instead of doing these separate videos of like get to know me, because me and my engineering brain, organizational brain, will have categories and subcategories of getting to know me, and it would just become a little too robotic and a little too unnatural. And so I want the layers of the onion that is me to peel away and go through as organically as possible. So there is that. So let's get to know me a little bit. So one thing, actually, let me check one thing really quick, make sure everyone's good in the chat. Okay. Looks like everyone's good. So one thing is, so speaking of ice cream and in general and food places, I don't know if you've been to a Sizzler, or if you have Sizzlers near you still, but that was one place that really the only reason I wanted to go there as a kid, or if we went, I was excited to go, was because of the soft serve machine. And I mean, I have a sweet tooth, so this is kind of up my alley anyway. There's going to be a theme for these favorites coming up. But it was, I love sweets and salty. So like fries and shake is like my perfect combo. So that was one thing that came to my brain, and that's kind of random. 2, back years ago when there was a huge frozen yogurt boom. I don't remember it was near me in Southern California where I grew up. So I was really happy about that. And it was, God, we had, Yogurtland, I think, is still around. We had Golden Spoon. We had, Pinkberry. I don't know if you remember that. I'm trying to think. Cherry on Top was another one. There was Yogzies or something like that. Trying to think. Remember there was a yogurt shop on every corner, and now then I went to kind of the, now it's the, like quick service food, like Subway style process of like Chipotle, or like pizza making, like Blaze Pizza, or one of those places. So I thought that was very interesting. I also love Dairy Queen too. I love a Blizzard. I'm not sure who makes their machines, but that's one of my favorites as well. And then on a more niche front, I should say, are the Dole Whips at Disneyland or Disney World or Disney whatever. Those are so good. The pineapple frozen soft serve. Oh, it's so good. I can't wait to go back to Disneyland soon, hopefully, when everything goes back to normal, because I don't want to go when it's still a little restrictive. And I'm going to get a Dole Whip so bad. But those are really, really, really good. And although I have my gripes with Disney, the company, and some of the directions that they are going, I still back to Disneyland soon. So that could be a whole nother video. But second to last thing regarding ice cream and that type of stuff, love In-N-Out. What's interesting, I didn't know that until this video that went viral about the McDonald's thing, was that they make their shake machine, or their shake thing is made by a similar company as McDonald's and Chick-fil-A, which I like Chick-fil-A's shakes as well, and their blended stuff. So I thought that was very interesting. And of course, like Burger King, their shakes are good too. But when I think of shake, I also think of the Frosty for Wendy's, and dipping a fry in that. Like that's the perfect combo in my opinion. But last thing is not necessarily soft serve ice cream, but it's gelato. And it's actually something you can find in the store. Where I found it is in the store. I found mine at Target in the frozen section, but it's a Tillamook, however you pronounce it. Their gelato, and it was toasted coconut fudge. Best store-bought frozen dessert I think I've ever had. I don't know what it is about that. It's a little cup. It's like the single serving, and I don't know what it is about it, but it's just so creamy. I mean, it's gelato, but so creamy, so yummy, coconutty. If you like mounds, like almond joy mounds, it's like that, but in frozen ice cream, like rich, creamy form. And so it was so good. I haven't gotten to the store yet this week, so I would have gotten it and showed you the container, but maybe I'll show it another time. But